No release date, no certain script, no recent announcements, just thoughts. Thoughts about who could play. Come on, y'all had to see that coming. Anyway, there actually is an Invincible movie planned for sometime in the next, I don't know, decade. And J.K. Simmons even commented on who he thinks should play Omni Man in it. But that shit, because he was wrong. And we're making our own list. These are the people I think should play some of my favorite characters in. Come on, y'all. I mean, that's 2 times. Today we're gonna cast Mark, Omni Man, Debbie, Adam Eve, Cecil, Arthur, Amber, and Donald. If you guys want a part 2 eventually, I mean, we can talk about it. We can talk about it. For Omni Man, I just really want a broad-shouldered, baritone-voiced, suburban-looking asshole. We need someone who can play not just both sides, but every side. I want someone who can be the nicest guy ever, and at the same time is intimidating every time we see him on screen. For Mark, he just needs to be hopeful. That's like the main thing. Debbie needs to be someone relentless and searching for the truth. For Amber, I don't know. We can come back to that one. For Eve, I think we just cast someone who's really close to Mark's height, and maybe just a little older. And for Cecil, Arthur, and Donald, it's just about finding the right actors to exhibit those personalities. That's really it. So let's go from the bottom up. Okay, if you've seen Westworld, the HBO series, it's really easy to imagine Jeffrey Wright in the role of Donald, but maybe that role is too similar as the Westworld one, and recently Jeffrey Wright hasn't really been seen like that. So instead I went with Michael C. Creighton. Now, Arthur is the voice of reason for all of the Graysons at some point. Mark, maybe more so later on. Debbie, and especially in the beginning, Nolan. We need a compassionate, soft-spoken older guy who we can just naturally trust. Of course, I want to say Morgan Freeman, but that man in real life is not as young as he used to be. Getting J.K. Simmons to play either the role of Art or Cecil is another cool idea, but ultimately, I think Robert Picardo would kill it. For Cecil, I hate to go back to Westworld, but yes, Ed Harris is the obvious choice as TikTok would have you believe, but I think we should also think about Mark Rylance. And after thinking about it, go back to Ed Harris because yes, he should 100% be Cecil. Skip Eve for a minute, let's go straight to Amber. I don't care about the comics, and I'll say this for Mark and Debbie too. I love the comics, but Amazon is definitely going for what made these characters the most popular. So for Amber, I really wanted to act like Laura Harrier was younger than she actually is, but she's already played this role with Spider-Man. Is Lovie Simone too old now to play a high school character? Probably. I know the popular pick is Yara Shahidi. Maybe that's just because she's the most well-known young black actress outside of Zendaya right now. I think Jody Wright Joseph is almost perfect, but let's go with someone who's already connected to Amazon in some way with Riel Downs, who kind of sounds like Zazie Beetz, who voices Amber in a movie called Darby and the Dead. And let's just say, shit, she's Amber, shit, I could be Invincible. For Debbie, we are sticking with Sandra Oh, because why wouldn't we? If she doesn't want to do it, which I don't know why she wouldn't, then we can go with Grace Park or Nicole Bilderback, but Sandra Oh should definitely keep the part. I mean, we don't have to say much about it. She kills it every time. Okay, look. Eve was the most complicated person to cast. I don't know why. Maybe it's because there are just more people to pick from than everyone else, it seems like, but I was just so focused on finding someone who just looked like they had good intentions but could also whoop ass. You feel me? Like, most of these redheads are cast in some type of Victorian era timepieces, and so their features don't always translate to someone who can also warp reality in an instant. Along with the fact that this character is super important to Mark and the overall story, so I looked for longevity. For Eve, people want Madeline Petch. I never really messed with her acting, I'm gonna be real. Plus, she's older than where Eve should be cast right now. Abigail Cohen will be cool, but she's older too. And Sadie Sink should definitely be thought about, but I feel like she hasn't had a role that shows the care that Eve does, you feel me? Like, honestly, this was the hardest casting of the video. That's why I pushed it a little bit, but it's also really important if they develop Invincible into a multi-movie type of deal. So of course there are a couple of people who would work, like Samantha Cormier, Abigail Donnelly, Taylor Richardson, Sadie Soverall. But I think the best choice, and maybe my favorite casting I did in this video, I think the best choice is Dixie Ajerix. Like, she's perfect casting. Out of anyone I've cast, y'all gotta back me up on this one, please. Like, tell me y'all see it too. I'll do a face swap right now. Like, look, please tell me y'all, like, please look. She has the features that we'd want Eve to have, and even though she's been really young in her acting roles, she's shown that she can convey defiance or channeled aggression well. And she looks like a nice person, you feel me? And that's what we need Eve to look like, just a nice person, because that's what she wants to be, is a nice person who helps. So, Dixie Gutierrez. Okay, now for the big two. Let's go with Omni Man first. For Nolan, John Hamm has been surfacing like crazy, and I have no doubt that bro could do Nolan justice, but I don't know, like, I don't believe him for Omni Man just yet, and I don't know why. If this was 2010, I would beg for Daniel Day-Lewis to play the Viltrumite. I can see Josh Brolin going crazy in the role too. He definitely can turn the nice guy shit on and off. And I respect the idea of Kyle Chandler, but I don't think he really puts fear into people like we want. I know it's a little older idea, but I really like Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Omni Man still. It doesn't need much explaining. That's my pick. And for Invincible, if you can't tell, I don't like picking the most popular fan cast for these roles, so I think Ryan Potter could work, but I've seen Titans and I'm not ultimately too convinced. Justin Min really should be put in the time device that the Avengers made so we could actually get the best choice to play Mark, but alas, he's too old. Along with Derek Ludd, Kean Talon, and Nico Haraga, they're all too old. Even Darren Barnett is 30, so who should play Invincible if not Ryan Potter? Well, Dylan K. Curtis could work. He's always cast as a nerd type character, and Mark is a nerd. This is Future Sean coming in to say Ethan Huang could also work. He was the young Ben actor in Umbrella Academy. Tenzing Trainer could work, but I just can't see him as Mark. I don't know why either. Maybe it's the Netflix stigma. I don't know what it is, so I'll just tell you that the best pick for Mark is Charlie Bushnell. Perfect age, perfect height, and yeah, all of this is way too early, but if they started casting this year, like next year, they should obviously go with my picks, right? I'll do a face swap of him too. Don't mind how the face swap looks at the top. That's the cast of Invincible. There's a lot of characters, so let me know if I should do a part 2, part 3, part 4. Thank you guys for tuning in, and let me know any video ideas in the comments. I'm trying to be more myself on this channel and not so informative, so hope you guys stick around. But if you liked the informative nature that I capitalized on in my previous videos, let me know. Anyway, keep creating. Solo.